So welcome back to the sketchbook tour. It's been 2 weeks, which means that I have a lot more for you than I usually do. We're filming this one outside, so hopefully the sound is okay. I'm speaking kind of quietly because I have a lot of neighbors. I live in a very crowded area. So we're gonna do chapter 2. We're gonna start at the beginning. I'll just do like a little flip through and then I'll explain where we left off last time. So these pages with tabs here that you can't see, they're just pages I don't feel like are quite done yet. So sometimes I'll scan them and then I'll change my mind. Like I want to go back in and fix some things and add some details. And we'll just flip through. So you'll also see that there's some post-its where I don't want to include those frames. So either like I didn't finish them or I didn't scan them, or it won't be included in the final book. So what I've done to like make up for that is I have some frames that are just like extra to kind of fill in the gaps. But I think this is where we left off last week, and I love this page. She ends up on this rock. There's nothing around. That's a good place to take a nap. So we have another golden key arriving. That's going to be one of the themes. Okay. Luckily, she grabbed her bento box and has something to eat. These are some of those filler frames I was talking about that I'm going to finish. Okay, anyways, we have the key, but like there's no doors around here, so she just kind of pockets it for later. And we kind of go on a walk around the island, or the rock, or whatever it is, and find the staircase. And I was watching Hercules at the time, so that's where these clouds kind of come from. If you've seen like the animation, very swirly. Climb the stairs, kind of took a long time, exhausting. Unfortunately, at the top of the stairs there isn't much, so we have this kind of pause because like, where are you gonna go? So just hanging out, good time to sleep. And then I have to take us back to chapter 1. So this kind of like being on the iceberg in the middle of nowhere, so she might as well go for a little swim, if y'all remember that. It's kind of like happening again, so we don't really have anywhere to go, so might as well jump. It doesn't have to be dark, it depends who is looking at it. And we're gonna jump and we land on this bird, okay? This bird, again, let's go back to chapter 1. You might remember him as the bird that dropped this letter, but he is also in this box here, moving day box. It's just a larger version of the same bird. It's magic, you guys. She's hitching a ride on this bird to a forest, okay? Right? We're back in a forest. This one is not the same forest as before. There are some doors here. Thank you, Nightmare Before Christmas, for that idea. We're gonna go into this blue door, which is the door that fits her key. And here we are. I was kind of inspired here by the 70s. This is a 70s color palette. Okay, it's orange, like camo green or like olive green, and brown, beige, and orange. That's what I think of when I think of the 70s. So I kind of like the idea of this tree was furnished like a very long time ago. But there's food there, like someone's clearly taking care of it. There's a fire. So they have a little snack, fall asleep. And again, she wakes up with this letter here stuck to her face. As you do. It's going to be unfinished. These took me a while. This is like 2 weeks that this took me to do these. I was very wanted to be more finished, so I went over the lines a lot more. I used thicker pen because I found that like the pens I'm using are really thin. Sometimes things don't pop as much. So I'm just going over things a little bit more, and then I went around my frames. So my frames have been getting a little sloppy because when I upload them to my computer, I just crop them out. So I don't have to really pay attention to like leading lines or anything like that. But now I feel like I want to be able to go through the book and it looked a little neater, so I did go through and make these frames a little sharper. This is my favorite. I love the energy of this bird. So we're gonna go into another tree. This one is like a portal. This takes you back to your, like the house where she started. all her boxes, and she has to decide if she wants to go back or go somewhere else. But she doesn't want to go back, and she's going to go somewhere else. So she goes into the last door, which takes her here. Okay, so this is a bamboo forest. This is going to be like all water here. Like these stones are going to be like partially submerged in water, which I can't wait to color. It's going to be really bright, like aqua. Started some frames for how this is going to go, but I messed up a lot. I was having like a bad drawing day, so I made quite a lot. I'm going to give myself a lot of room, so I'm going to fill these, and I'm probably only going to pick like 4. But basically every stone changes, you know, what she looks like, what she's not what she looks like, but like I have to explain later next week because I'm not finished this concept, but I'll just let you interpret it right now. Go. And that's it, you guys. That's page 49, which is all the pages that I was allocated for May. It's only the 10th today? But I am going to be working on these a lot more. I want like to perfect them a little more. Like there's even some lines here that I need to go over. So I'm just going to be working a lot more on adding details, whereas I wasn't really doing that so much before. So that's it. That's where we're at. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think about doing a tour every 2 weeks instead of every week, because I feel like I have a lot more to show you. And it just felt a little bit better for me, honestly. So let me know what you think about that. And I hope you have a good weekend.